Welcome to Paediatrics. This presentation will talk about how the role of the rota coordinator intersects with your time in the department. It will explain how our rota works, our rules around annual leave, how to notify us when you are sick, requesting and obtaining signed-off study leave, locum bank shifts, our departmental WhatsApp groups, and a general checklist of what you should have in place to make sure you are ready to go. First up, we are going to be looking at the rotas. You should have had access for a little while now and had a chance to get used to the location and their formatting. In Paediatrics, we do not use Health Roster, and all your rotas will be listed on the spreadsheets contained within the departmental intranet. We have 2 points of access for the rotas. The one you've likely been using is accessing them through the intranet. From the main intranet screen, you can click on the rotas button, scroll down to the Peterborough Paediatric Rota, and then select Rotas, where you will find the folders for each of the areas. Additionally, you can access them through a link in the Paediatrics team WhatsApp group. Simply click on the link and you will be able to access the rotas on a mobile device or tablet using your NHS login. We have 4 rotas in Paediatrics. 3 of these are the long-form rotas, which display the entire rotation worth of any one level. 1 for those working in NICU, 1 for general paediatrics, and 1 for the registrars. Then finally we have what we call the weekly rota, which gives a week-by-week overview of all these other rotas together over a specific month. The long-form paediatrics rota are split into 2 sections. The first is the rolling rota, which shows your personalized working schedule across your whole rotation, as determined by your slot choice. It acts as a reference point for me and you to understand what shift you are due to be on, should changes be made to the monthly rota. So for example, if you were due to swap out of shifts with another doctor and then another change is made, we would always have a record to ensure that you are working within the parameters of your agreed work schedule. The second part is the monthly breakdown. This shows a day-by-day breakdown of each shift per a given month, with shift times, leave, and events of note. Here we have an example of one of the tabs of the monthly rota for the registrars. Along the side you have the dates and days for that month, and then at the top you have the various duties that you will be allocated to over your time here. Depending on your rota, these will be different. Your shifts will be documented in the work schedule you received before joining. Along the bottom of the screen, you will find the tabs denoting the months and also access to the non-live rolling rota. Any vacant shifts, because of less than full-time working, study leave, etc., will be denoted in red and available for locum. We will touch on locum shifts a little later on. If a locum shift has been taken, then the person's name will appear in red. We also have sections for events of note, deanery days, doctors' forums, etc. that may be of interest to you or the department. SPA and SDT time is noted in a separate section. And finally, there is also a section to note who is on annual and study leave, and also who is off sick. It must be noted that these monthly sections are live documents. This means that these will be constantly changing as we get annual and study leave requests. For the most part, if you are on a named shift, you won't move. However, if you are on clinic cover or float shift, you are liable to move should we require the other main duties to be covered. Clinic time will be allocated when we are fully staffed, however it will not always be available. Please always keep an eye on where you are allocated on a regular basis, especially if you are on the aforementioned shifts. If these changes are last minute, we will always endeavour to let you know what is happening. For each of the rotas, there are designated on-call shifts. For NICU, these are the longs, nights, and transitional care. For general paediatrics, they are the Amazon long, baby checks, PAU lates, and nights. And finally, for registrars, they are the Amazon long, nights, and during weekdays, PAU. If you are wanting study or annual leave, these shifts must be swapped out, either with another doctor or into a vacant shift. If you are allocated one of these shifts on a bank holiday, you will be required to work it, and you will receive a day in lieu. For any other shift, you will not be required to work. Finally, we have the weekly rota. This document is split across the various weeks of any given month and provides an overall picture of the staffing we have across all 3 of our other rotas. This is usually the rota that most of the department head to when they want to quickly identify who is on shift and their own working pattern. It additionally shows who are the consultants of the weeks for the Amazon ward and NICU, as well who is on call overnight. Depending on your length of rotation, working percentage and grade, you are entitled up to 32 days annual leave plus bank holidays. We ask to avoid disappointment that you give us a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks notice. This also gives us sufficient time to plan ahead. We ideally want annual leave to be taken on your float and clinic allocations, although if we have vacant rota gaps, you can swap into these instead, meaning you have your day off and still retain the leave to be used elsewhere. Swaps can also be made with other doctors. All we ask is that these are done on a like-for-like basis by shift and by weekday or weekend. We also appreciate that leave you want does not always fall on the shift you want. We will always try to accommodate any leave request you have. Please let us know as early as you can. Bank holiday lieu days are accrued if you work on one of the on-call shifts or are rostered as an off day. These days can be taken in the same way as annual leave, again with sufficient notice. With regards to illness, if you are unable to come in due to sickness, you must contact both the rota coordinator and the consultant on call to let them know with as much notice as possible. We say it from 8 AM before your shift is due to start, or if you are nights by midday, so that it gives us a chance to make arrangements to cover your shift. If you are ill whilst at work, please speak to the consultant on call and they will clear you to leave early, but please also inform the rota coordinator that you are leaving. Please stay in contact during the duration of your sickness and to confirm when you are feeling well enough that you are ready to come back to work. I will close your absence on our system, and following your return to work, you will undertake a return to work meeting with your educational supervisor. You can self-certificate up to 1 week. Anything beyond that requires a doctor's note. Alternatively, occupational health are also always on hand to offer any advice and guidance should you want to discuss matters regarding your health or welfare at work. For any study leave you wish or require to take during your rotation, you will be required to ensure that the proper process is followed in order to be signed off by the medical education department, meaning that you will be cleared to attend and claim back any expenses. Initially, you will need to send an electronic PDF form to your rota coordinator, outlining the date or dates of the study leave, and they will confirm on the rota that you are able to be removed from duties that day. If you are on an on-call shift, you must swap out of this shift. The form will be signed and sent back once this is confirmed. This will only grant you the time off the rota. You must then also send it to your educational supervisor for sign-off, who will again send it back to you. It is not until that this completed form is sent to the medical education department that the process will be signed off and you are able to attend. We ask for a minimum of 6 weeks notice for courses, and as mentioned, if you are on an on-call shift, you must swap out of these. For any expenses you wish to claim, you must ensure that these are made within 8 weeks of attending the course, and you will need to provide evidence in the form of receipts or certificates to prove attendance and the amount you are claiming for. For those who wish to get some sleep before travelling home after a night shift, the hospital also provides on-call rooms that can be used until 2 PM. These can be booked by using the QR code located in your Trust Induction handbook, and the key should be returned to the medical education postbox. For longer-term options, the accommodations team will be able to help you find the right housing for your needs and budget. We have 2 WhatsApp groups which we recommend you join whilst with us in Paediatrics. We have the team group which will keep you updated with the day-to-day goings-on within the department. Please do your best to confine activity on these groups to office hours so as not to disturb colleagues who are not on duty. And please also avoid using the groups to discuss clinical cases for reasons of confidentiality. We also have the locum group where you can get the up-to-date information on the vacant shifts we have available. Links have been sent to you to join these groups in your joiner's email. When joining the Trust, you will be automatically signed up to undertake locum shifts should you wish to. It is purely voluntary to take up additional shifts. However, by having you signed up, it means that everything is already in place should you want to. Shifts will come up on the locum WhatsApp chat at regular intervals, and the uptake of these is on a purely first-come, first-served basis. Once you have completed your shift, you will be required to fill out a medical bank sheet, which needs to be signed by a consultant who can verify your hours. This will be sent to the rota coordinator, who will process your sheet for payment. To ensure that you have everything you need and have the correct permissions, please let your rota coordinator know if you do not have access or possession of any of the following: Rota access on SharePoint, K2 NIP and Badgernet access. Your NIP and Badgernet will be allocated during your induction. A drive access, an ID badge giving you access to all the required areas. And finally, all of your IT logins. Please let your rota coordinator know as soon as possible if you don't have any of these. Thank you for your attention and enjoy your time in Paediatrics.